What's up, y'all? It's Rumi Ryan with the Black Author Brand. I am super excited about tonight. In fact, we just had a glitch. I'm about to give this amazing introduction all over again. Now, I can say even more. I have had the pleasure of knowing this writer, not only personally, being a fan of her work. I've had the chance to know her more intricately with the writing process. She was one of the first participants in our program, Writers Who Finish. I enjoy her work, her spirit, her fresh approach to honesty and vulnerability. There's no way that you can read her work or have a conversation with her or be a follower on Instagram. Every time I'm on the gram and I scroll past, there is always something that interests me, that challenges my brain, something that inspires me to be more bold, honest, transparent in my writing. So I want you to put your hands together, wherever you are, watching on YouTube, Instagram, scrolling, for none other than Miss Ashleigh Vaughn. What's up, Ashley?
Hey, think it was so beautiful again the second time.
That's what's up. Second time is the charm. Man,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here tonight. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I really am. We kept pushing it back, but we're here. We're gonna have us a good
Yes.
conversation.
Normally I set people up, I'll be
Mhm.
honest, and I say we're gonna have a little talk, a little interview. We're gonna start light. We ain't gonna never start light. That's just it's never my intention to start light. I wanna just get right into it.
Mhm.
Why do you write?
I write to save my life. That's the first that's the first reason I write. To save my life. Before I went to therapy, before I had medication, before I had the support system that I do, I just had myself, my mind, and my words, and I had to get them out somehow. I've been journaling consistently since 2012, all mediums, written journal, I do audio journal, I do video journal. I am always talking about my feelings, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, because I need to get it out. I was silent for a good part of my life about the struggles that I go through and have gone through before I was as bold as I am now with telling my story. I would tell myself the story through journaling and just get it all out that way. That's the first reason I write. I write to save my life. I
Okay.
write to save other people's lives. And
Ooh,
so that's another
that's
good reason
good.
why I write to save other people's lives. Because of what I write about mental health, specifically mental illness. I do have bipolar disorder. I write about a lot of my life experiences. You don't have to have bipolar disorder and you don't have to be mentally ill to read my work and feel connected or feel inspired or motivated, all the things that you'll feel reading my work because I make it relatable. We all have issues. You may not be mentally ill, you may not be neurodivergent, but you got something going on.
We may
Um,
not have a diagnosis. You may
yes,
not have that
you
diagnosis, but
yes,
you got
you might
some.
not have a diagnosis, but you got something. And so sometimes we just need to know we're not alone in life happening to us. We need more information about what's happening to us. We need more information about what's happening to others. That's another reason I write to help others and save their lives so they can know what's going on with them. They can understand what's going on with someone else in their life or just be more empathetic to people they don't know who are struggling in the similar ways that I struggle and write about. I write to save my life, I write to save other people's lives. And I think that encompasses all the other reasons.
Like what else
Yes,
do we need?
I
I want to
can.
ask you something. Did you know that writing was saving your life?
Oh, that's a good question. When I first started, I don't think that I thought about it as, oh, I'm doing this to save myself. I thought about it as, okay, my mental health is declining. I used to journal when I was a child, and then my journal was read by a family member, and it created a little bit of drama. I heard, don't write about your feelings, don't write it down. Someone can find it and read it. I went years before I started journaling again. But in college, my mental health started declining. I just had to get the words out. I thought I was losing my mind and I had to tell somebody. I had to release it somehow. I would just write. I would record myself talking, sometimes record myself crying, having a breakdown, just writing it, talking through it. Over time, I realized, oh, this is helping me. This is therapeutic. I'm getting it out. I'm going back and I'm seeing a historical
Right.
view of my life,
That
what's
part.
going on, my feelings, all the things. It's also gathering evidence as well because I
Come
have
on now.
this scribe of information. And so I did not know at the time when I started, but over time I realized that no, that's what I'm doing. I'm saving my life because I'm telling myself the story. I'm getting the things out. I'm releasing them.
Hey, I know this wasn't scheduled on a conversation, but I have so many questions
No, it's
along
fine.
this path. Someone like me, when I am feeling a lot, I can't slow down enough to write.
Mm.
When I heard you say, I feel a lot and I write it down, how is that process, particularly with writing in an actual journal, like
Mm.
pen or pencil to paper? How do you mitigate feeling a lot of things or feeling heavy things and managing all of it to the point of coming down to the pencil and writing it? How is that for you? How do you get through that? Because personally, I struggle.
I think it sounds like I'm pumping myself up, and that's fine. I'm a good
And that's
I
cool.
can
Do
say
that.
it. I can say it. I'm a great writer. And so
Okay.
my favorite form of communication is writing because it's the best way I know how to express myself. When I am feeling my big feels, I might not always have the right words. I might not always have my thoughts together. I might be tripping on my words,
Okay.
losing words, but when I'm writing, I can just sit and think, write what is coming up, whether it makes sense or not. No one is judging me and saying, like, what you
Mhm.
just said doesn't make sense because
All
it's
right.
just me writing it. My writing coach, Gigi Renee, when I first started going to her workshops and really, hey, I want to do something with,
Yeah.
writing because I am a perfectionist. I would just be like, I'm stuck. I can't write. When I sit down and write, I can't get it out. And she would just be like, it's because you're trying to self-edit. Before the words get on the page, you're trying to make them sound great. You're trying to make them look great. Just get them on the page. Just write down the
Mhm.
feelings. And so when I'm having these big feelings, there's a lot of words and thoughts and coming. I just have to get them down. And that's why I also said my audio and video journal because sometimes you don't feel like writing. Sometimes you can't write. Sometimes all I can do is turn on the camera or turn on my phone, just start talking about what it is that I'm thinking or feeling or going through. And if you do want to turn that into a written piece of work later, there's so much technology available. You can have it transcribed, you can
Mhm.
transcribe it yourself. There have been times where I've listened back to notes and just jot down notes that I've recorded for myself. I want to transcribe into my
Yeah.
journal.
Voice note, dictation, transcription. That is my, people say your drug of choice. That's my modality of choice. It just
Mhm.
helps me pour faster because you mentioned so many different pathways to expression. Do you think, as a great writer, as one who can do things that I can't do, like mitigating anger to like pen and paper, bro, it's gonna be scribbles and dribbles, and I'm gonna drag the pen through the page. Like it's not gonna be words. There's gonna be expression, but it's not gonna be words. I want to know from you because you do them all. Do you think that there is a marked difference between all those other modalities and actually pen and paper?
For sure. For
Really?
sure. Yes. Because with pen and paper, if there's nothing else, if it's just the pen and paper, that's the least route of distraction. That's the least route of interruption because when we're typing voice notes, I mean recording both voice notes, we see on the screen that it's transcribing for us and we get lost in the words and we're like, oh wait, no, I meant to say something else. Or if we're typing on the computer, we see Grammarly done corrected two lines that we thought were perfect. Now we're fighting with Grammarly trying to get the lines just beautifully enough written. Pen and paper, that forces you to really just sit down and get it out distraction free. And of course, you have outside factors, but
Right.
of the actual technology of it,
Yes.
It's distraction and interruption free because it's just you, that pen, and that paper, and your words.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I hope that y'all are listening. I resonate with that a lot. And I'm going to take that as a takeaway for me. The times that I have sat down with a pen and paper, it's usually been my truest, deepest feelings that have come up because I know that there are people who are watching this who are techies like me. And like you said, when you're working with technology, when I'm doing voice notes, Lord help, when I'm really pouring, somebody gonna call, somebody gonna text. There is a
Mhm.
world of distractions. It will make me hop out of my feelings. And that stream of flow is disrupted. One main takeaway is that no matter what modality you're using, I do think that there is a profound difference when you get in whatever space that is void of distractions. And I agree with you 100% that pen and paper is the method, the modality that has probably the least amount of distractions. And maybe some of us are afraid of that. I'm gonna go ahead and be vulnerable and say that. Maybe some of us are actually afraid of pen and paper. We can get lost in the technology. We can get absorbed in the transcription. Some writers get absorbed in their voice. Somebody who speaks well, say, take somebody like me who talks well, very comfortable in front of the camera. You can get jaded in how you sound, but you sound nice, but you're not digging into how you really feel. When it's just word on page, it's two-dimensional. You dropped some gems on that one, Ashley. I like that. What is your greatest challenge as a Black author?
I have a lot of life going on right now, dealing with back to back friends who were like sisters passing, family stuff, job stuff, all the things, getting ready to move again, did a cross state move, all the things. Life is happening. As much as I want to say I have been able to be steadfast in my writing through it all, I have not. I have not, because sometimes when you are wrestling with just getting up to brush your teeth and wash your face and get started,
Girl,
it like I'm not expelling more energy sitting down at my laptop trying to make the words come that aren't coming, and then I'm frustrated because there it doesn't sound like how I want it to sound, or I can't find the words I'm trying to use. I have not been writing. That has been my greatest challenge in this season of life. It's just life, period.
you talking heavy and you're talking about something real. That is something that Black authors, Black writers, published and unpublished. It's just hard to put your writing practice next to life. It's so hard to keep them together because I'm going to say the routine of life, right? Getting up, brushing your teeth, those routine things. There's a certain numbness that comes like, oh, work, kids, family, relationships. I need to feel to write like my truest. There is a roomy mode that's just writing for the skill, writing for the craft, writing for the profession. But we're talking about a book, a poem, something that's personal. It's like, well, I don't got time to feel right now because I got to do this. I could have felt, but my writing session got thwarted by this phone call. So it's almost like my nerves, my writing nerves are numb and I don't feel writing. It's so weird. You know what I mean? Now, if there's a trigger and I have like a little moment, like if life is life and something that just like piss me off, then it's like back to the save my life. Let me get this notebook because I need
Yes.
to write to
Get
save
it
my
done.
life and to what? Save
Save
others.
somebody else's.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, that is a challenge that I think all authors go through. Whether you are a starting writer, somebody who's unpublished, a writer who has been writing for years, published 3 or 4 times over, you are going to struggle with writing through life.
Yes.
I love what you shared about finding your way through it. I think that even being honest about it, the fact that you recognize it, that's something you can write about. And I'm pretty sure, that's
Yes, I have.
for real. See, that's what's up. All right, tell us about your book. We're looking for writers who can't finish. You have the idea, you've been working on the manuscript forever, but you are struggling to actually get it done. Writers Who Finish is an 8-week program of accountability that includes community, feedback, and development. Now, we get a lot of applicants that don't qualify, so I want to clear some things up. You have to be working on some kind of book, project, play, or reading experience. If you're looking for marketing and promo, this ain't that. You have to be open to feedback. The program involves expert authors reviewing your work and sharing some insight every week. What you're doing well and what you can improve. I can't tell you how many authors I meet struggling with sales who never let anyone read their book before publishing. Or they just let the people in their family, people who are already fans, become their beta readers. That usually leads to feedback that isn't useful. PSA, writers, please get feedback, a lot of it, before you publish. Last thing, you have to want to finish and actually want help in doing so. This means being willing to struggle and try again. It means being open and receiving phone calls from us to check in how you're doing as a person, pushing through deadlines, being held accountable, text messages, affirmations, gapping out a week and then coming back stronger the next one. Life happens, but we tell you to keep going. Finishing is the goal. That's what the program and our team will help you do. Now, we don't have a lot of slots, but I would love for you to apply. So Ashleigh, tell us about your book.
Well,
Well, I've been waiting for this question.
my book that I am supposed to be working on.
Okay.
Yes. The title that I am currently working with is I Got a Lot to Be Mad About. I chose mad because it's a play on both mad being anger and rage, but it's also a play on madness being mentally ill. I talked about journaling since 2012 consistently. I have years of just knowledge about myself, my experiences, what's happened, and try to find a way to use that. I've always been told I need to write a book since I started writing publicly. This specific book is actually a memoir and essays chronicling the last 5 years of my life. In 2020, when the world shut down in the pandemic, I was newly diagnosed bipolar, going through a breakup, a bad relationship, found myself newly pregnant, starting grad school while working full time. And then the world was shut down. Didn't have the face to face communication and support, didn't have all of life's things that kept me going through the day to day. Everything just shut down. I lost my mind.
I think we all lost our mind.
All of us lost our minds in some way. I chose the last 5 years because, like, there's so much that has been going on during this time. And 2023 was like a year that literally almost took me out. Trigger warning, suicides, talk of suicide. I was very suicidal. There was not a day that went by that I did not think about dying in some way, desire to die, desire to just end the suffering, end the struggling. With this book, it's all my journaling, all my words. It's like reading my journal from the last 5 years of my life through essays. I talk about getting newly diagnosed, finding out I was pregnant, really wrestling with, hey, am I even going to have this child? Like, because there are options, getting into grad school. Well, now do I need to defer because I'm pregnant? I'm in this relationship. Now I'm pregnant. Do I try again? Because this book is taking everyone through my mind as I've experienced everything that's gone on the last 5 years of life. I'm really excited. I just want a few months of just nothing to happen in life so that I can sit and, and hyper focus on this book because it needs to be out there in the world. I want it to be out there in the world. People want it to be out there in the world.
Hey, you beat me to it. I wanted to be out there.
People are on my head daily. Someone is asking me about how's book writing going? How's your book? What's going on with your book? People are definitely keeping me accountable. That book will be out in the world eventually.
Yes. Your life experiences resonate with a lot of people, and you are daring enough to talk about your shit.
Yes.
I think people are over these very polished, programmed prose selections and essays that are specifically political. They just want some realness. That honesty and vulnerability usually comes with the measure of chaos. Like what you just said, I was in grad school, I was pregnant, the world shut down. I get that. That's pretty much what was happening in the pandemic. There's a lot of stuff going on. To have a voice, to have a genius who was able to document, and just write out, this is how I was feeling. This is what I went through. Even your struggles with suicide, that resonates with so many people. Not a lot of people are as fearless as you are to discuss those topics. And then you add on top of that, you a dope ass writer. What? Not only are we waiting for the book, we need the book. The writing has saved you, and I know the world is ready to not only hear your story, but to be transformed by your story. So I am very, very excited about your book. I'm excited just because I know it's a dope book, but I'm also excited because I got FOMO like crazy. Of course, since you're in the Writers Who Finish program, and we're going to talk about that in a second. In that program, I'm just like, I created the program. I'm like the mama. I want the writers to be good. I don't read y'all's work. And the only intel I get is from the expert authors who read y'all's work. They go off. They're like, oh my God, is Ashleigh in the program? I'm like, no, she's doing her own thing right now. Well, I want to know what happened with this. You won't have to wait for the book. And so as their excitement rises, and it's happening right now in the cohort, I'm just like, damn, what is going on in these books? Because I want to read what's going on. I've already heard great things about your rough drafts.
They're great. They're
So,
great. We gonna get some words on the page.
Yes.
We gonna get that proposal together.
For those of you who are watching and don't know, Black Author Brand has a program called Writers Who Finish. It pretty much started out of a void. The thing we talked about earlier, writing right alongside life, bringing a level of accountability, talking to other authors, like, what do you need to finish your book? Most authors, they've been sitting on a manuscript for 5 years, 2 years. They just don't have the fortitude or the community or the support to finish. So that's why I created the program. What does it take to help Black writers finish? We don't got no problem with creativity. We got stories for days. We got the creativity, but like you said, life makes us stop. It makes us pause. It makes us be like, fuck it. This thing is an emergency. I do not have time to write right now. It was a joy to have you in the program. I want to know some of your thoughts about the program. Y'all know how I do. I like it straight, real. Do not sugarcoat. What was it like being in Writers Who Finish? Tell me one thing that you really enjoyed and it's something that helped you with being in the program.
One thing I really enjoyed, you spoke about the authors that you use to give us feedback. That was something that I enjoyed because writing can be a very lonely process. It's just you and the words, getting them down, your thoughts. When you're ready to put that writing in the world, you want people to enjoy it, comprehend it. You want people to read it, to know it, to study it. Getting that feedback was phenomenal, especially if I submitted something that I thought was in its final draft. I'm submitting this, I think it's finished. It's good. To receive feedback, well, have you thought about this? Have you considered this? I feel like this is missing from the story. Just think about adding that. It does make you go back and think, oh, okay, this has sparked something in me to go add something that wouldn't have never been in this essay had I not gotten that piece of feedback from the group. That was my favorite part, receiving that real-time dedicated feedback. Now I have beta readers, so I can just send an essay off to a few people. They'll tell me what they think about it, but to have professionals who will sit, dedicate that time to give you real honest feedback, not just tell you, oh, it was great, I loved it, but also let's think about this. Let's do this. Let's try this.
Exactly.
So the feedback, that was the best part for me.
That's what's up. I built that into the program too, because you're right, writing is a lonely process and it's a long process. And what I found is if I write a poem in January and I don't get feedback for it until February, well, I'm a whole new roomie in February.
Like the poem now. Look at
Yeah, I gotta do ideas. And I love one of the pieces that I also love about the program is it's weekly. Like maybe within a week of sending your draft, you're getting that feedback, right? Like right when you wrote it, here it is. You might not be able to get to the changes right away, but at least you're getting that feedback in a shorter window of time while you're in that concentrated focus of the program. So it's good you said that. I was questioning that rigor in the program, but I just had to stand on and be like, yeah, I think as a writer, I would need this. And hearing you tell me how much it helped, oh, we're gonna keep that in the program for sure.
For sure. Yeah, no, definitely keep it. And I'm glad that you touched on, even though we're receiving that weekly, we don't have to get right to the changes. I still have a few emails of feedback that I'm like, hey, when I get back to editing this essay, I remember Rumi sent me this feedback that I got from the authors, and I'm add that into it. And
Yeah.
so you don't have to make those changes right away. You can sit with it. You can make them right away if you want to. You can sit with it, think about it some more, and see where it goes. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna make this note too. Sometimes when I've gotten feedback from one, let's say, selection, but
Mhm.
someone else's perspective of my work will challenge me for my next writing.
Mhm.
Even if the feedback
Yeah,
is for piece
that's
A,
good.
I don't get to apply for piece A. Even if I get it in an email and I just look over it, oh, with that next poem,
That's
okay, I need
good.
to open up. I need more imagery. I'm already sharpening my skills, even if it's not directed at that particular piece. So I hope that I've heard another member of the cohort say, like, yeah, after I get feedback, my next, I've seen that in the program, like that next submission is usually a step up. Tell me one thing that was hard, one thing that challenged you. And before you answer, let me tell y'all this: the program is not easy. I tell people all the time that program will break you. As I don't know nobody who has gotten through that 8 weeks and didn't fall off once. Like one week where it's like, damn, I didn't do nothing, or felt like, you know what, I thought this was really good, but there's so many highs and lows in the program. So now I want to hear what's the one thing? Don't give me a list, Ashley. Just tell me one thing.
I got you.
All right,
I
that was challenging for you. Y'all know those 7-day experiences we've been having here on social media to connect with writers and talk about the things that matter to us? You guys have asked for us to take things deeper, and that's exactly what we're going to do. How does 7 days of coaching, connecting, and challenge sound? I think it sounds dope. I think it sounds like exactly what we need, especially for writers who are in a rut, looking for ways to find or refine their voice, and just need a little something extra to spice up the act of writing. Now, we are all busy, and I didn't want to approach this like a digital course. This is not that. No shade to the course creators out there. We want to meet writers where they are. These experiences will require you to watch an hour-long video, read 10 to 12 pages of a book. It's convenient, it's customized, and it's challenging. I want to tell you about 3 that are available now and the one I think you should start with. The first one is called No More Hiding. This is for the deep ones. This is not a light experience. I repeat, this is not a light experience. We're writing about trauma, grief, hurt, all the things. If you're ready to pour out on the page for real, this is for you. The next one is called Right in the Cracks. This is for the busybodies who can't find time to write because his life is overwhelming. Now, who does that sound like? This experience will help you. It will help you find room in the most unlikely of places. If you're experiencing inconsistency with your practice, this is for you. The last one is called Show Up for 7 days. This one's for everybody. I say that because most Black writers and authors are struggling with visibility. In this experience, you will be challenged to show up. And I don't mean private, I mean public. I'll be there to guide you, and I promise you it won't be too much. You need to step into the light. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Let this experience help you get it done. Now, here's my recommendation. It's hard because I like them all. If I had to pick one, I say start with Right in the Cracks. We have to make time to write, y'all. Not find time. We have to make time. And many of us are not struggling with creativity. We have tons of things we want to write and share. We just keep getting blocked with our schedules, jobs, everything else that pulls at our attention. Okay, come here. I'm looking forward to this experience with you, no matter where you decide to start. And we have so many more experiences on the way. Okay, now it's your turn. Give me a little sneak peek. Which one are you thinking about trying first?
For me, what was most challenging about the program was the video aspect because I am not, I can do a one-off interview like this, no problem. I can do the one-off interviews or going live and having casual conversation, but to sit down and record videos for content to put out about my writing is very hard. For me, it doesn't feel authentic for me. For me, it feels like I'm doing it because I'm like, oh, well, we live in a video world, and for me to grow, I need to make videos. Like, I know all the things, yet and still, I'm like, no. And so, yeah, there were definitely times where I was just like, I'm not doing the video this week. Or, oh, I did the 3 back-to-back videos from the last week and sent them all at one time.
That counts. Count me for the last 3 room week. I got you.
There you go. Because I just like I've tried. I've tried to be a video girly and I'm just like I will do it. I've done voiceovers of my reading. I've done time lapse of me writing while I'm talking about writing or whatever I'm writing. But I just and sometimes I'll post even snippets from my video journal
Okay.
because I have years of me just sitting down in front of the camera talking. And so sometimes if I'm going through an old video journal and there's something relevant that I want to share for social media, then I'll just grab that clip in its raw form and post it right there in caption. But yeah, that the videos, that what got me for me.
I think Eli said that, Perry said it, you said it. We got this writer named Andre. Everybody hates those videos. And what I have learned is that it takes a while to see the value of those. In my interview with Eli, he was talking about like, I hate them things. I really do. And he mentioned I was in a room. He had gotten some kind of honor or award, and he noticed I'm more natural with talking to people. I'm gonna be real with y'all. The questions that I give y'all are hard. They're not like fun, what did you eat today type questions. It's like deep, reflective of the writing process questions. And to talk about those is very hard. Much of that, I'm telling my secret here, it's not really about producing content. It's really about practicing talking to people, a programmed approach to articulating ideas, views. You are not the first person to talk about those videos. Y'all hate them. And as the mama of the group, they gonna stay. They gonna stay in there. Now they might not be up until through all of the series because this program is gonna run all year. We have some
Mhm,
people who have hopped from series 1 to series 2. Some people who've hopped out, hop back in. So the videos won't be along the whole track for the year. But I
mhm,
do think that especially for a writer who's just starting, it's important to get that practice. Really, I'm providing opportunities for you to just botch it, fuck up,
mhm.
mess up. We're gonna have to edit it out. Mess up, you know what I mean? Because a lot of Black authors and a lot of Black writers, we fumble in public. And
Yeah.
fumbling is a part of our writing process, is a part of our growth and development. And there are some fumbles we're going to have in public. But if we can catch some of those fumbles in a cocoon with the support of writers, with somebody to edit, with somebody to guide, then I feel like we can sharpen in private and be more developed in public. So I'm okay with writers fumbling through videos because that's our safe space. And that's why when we edit them, what do we say in the email? If you want to post, cool. If you don't want to post, no.
I've posted a couple of mine.
I saw
That's
that.
I have.
Yes. Ashley, you are and
Mhm,
you are such a natural on camera. And I need to explain what I mean. There are
mhm,
people like me who are natural where we can just, we can do the thing. But
mhm.
you are so it's like a draw. When I see you on camera, it's just you pull me in just with your candidness. Whether it is in a formal way or the approach is on your own or it's directed by a question from Writers Who Finish, I
Mhm.
love seeing you on camera. And I would dare to say that part of the reason you are so magnetic on camera is because you are so honest in your writing and you communicate from here.
Yeah.
Even when It's a question you'll want to answer. There are authors who don't have it and we have to cultivate it. And there are authors who do have it. We just have to say, hey, you got it. You're one of those. You already got what you in your own lane. You got your own style. And I love how you just, it's so real with you. That's all I can say. I remember one video I was editing. I think you were in Panera and you were just talking. There was stuff going on in the background. And I watch how much I pay attention to background noise if somebody is talking. I was so locked in with you. Like so like, and then there's always something that'll happen that'll like it might distract you and you'll entertain it, but it doesn't, we don't lose the connection. So I implore you to just continue to like be you on camera because you got it. The you that is you is enough. You ain't gotta do nothing else. I love that thing. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Share one piece of advice for Black creatives. They're gonna be published writers, unpublished writers who watch this. As a creative, you've overcome so much. I want you to share one piece of advice to other Black creatives that you think would be impactful for them to know.
When I give this piece of advice, I struggle with how to say it, but especially in these times, I want us to disengage with the white gaze when it comes to our creativity. I just we hold ourselves back so much sometimes. Case in point, there's another writer on Substack, and I think she posted one time, she uses very vulgar language. She posted one time, like, I'm not on here to write professional essays for an English class and a rubric. I'm here to just talk my shit. And if that is your creativity, if your creativity is talking your shit, it's not primed and polished, it's not rated E for everyone, keep going with it, especially in these times where, like, we're going through some rough times as a world, as a country. And I want all of us to be authentically creating for ourselves. And it's really hard to authentically create for yourself when you're focused on the white gaze. And living in America, it's hard not to focus on the white gaze because even though they are the true minority.
And they try to make sure they're in our faces.
Yes, and in our own media, in our own visuals that we're seeing, we are the height of creativity and we are borrowed from, we are stolen from, we are all the things.
You talking. Don't stop. Keep going. I'm with everything you're saying.
And so if we could take that and just forget about the white gaze, we are unstoppable. And so that's what I want to say, because I know for myself, being an academic, I have a bachelor's and a master's. Going into school, I've had to do a lot of formal writing. And so when I get into my personal essays, I've had to tell myself, Ashleigh, this doesn't have to be a cited, MLA, all of the formatting. This does not need to be in that white gaze. This does not have to be that. And so that's my piece of advice.
I hope y'all were listening. I hope y'all were listening. And I'm gonna add something to that. They not buying our books. It's almost like the white gaze will hold up a standard, but not contribute to it, or to glean, pull, steal, rob our creativity, and you know what I mean? Exploit it for their own gain. This is why I implore writers, build your own community, get your own website, be who you are, because who you are is going to draft in your community, and your community is going to bring you income. Your community is going to bring you longevity and legacy in this industry. It's great to be a New York Times bestseller. It's great to have the white gaze in terms of doing your own thing. But if that white gaze is causing you to steer and curb your creativity or being, you losing it. You losing yourself. These people are not for you. They're not, and they are not for you. Hone in on your voice. And y'all heard it first from Ashleigh Vaughn, a master. This girl can write her feelings on pen and paper. That is a great piece of advice, and one that I think that's heavy, Ashleigh. You know, I've been doing these interviews for a while, and everybody gives their own type of advice, and this is no shade to any other guests that I've had on the show. All great pieces of advice. But what resonates with me about this message is that it is so large and small. It takes the large entity that presses down on us and it empowers us. Forget about the white gaze. Do you hone in on creativity and stay the course? All right, last question. What are you working on now? And answers to what? Okay, your book. All right, what are you working on now? Where can we find you? Where can people connect with you?
Well, you can connect with me. There are two places where you can primarily connect with me. Instagram at Ash Vaughn, so ASHV as in Victor, AUGHN. That's me. That's me everywhere. And then on Substack, I do post my essays on Substack. So ashvaughn.substack.com. Same ASHVAUGHN .substack SUBSTACK.com.
That's what's up. So y'all connect with her, and of course, we're gonna put this information somewhere on the screen or somewhere in the description. Ashleigh, it has been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm gonna just go ahead and take a jump and put something out here in the universe. People are gonna come back to this interview because the amount of legacy, purpose in your writing, in your existence on our planet is so necessary. And right now, while you struggling to finish your book, you got life going on. But when I tell you, you are gold. You are like the stuff that people talk about, Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes. You are one of them. And we get the honor. I'm serious. We get the honor and privilege of experiencing your form, your development. And so I know greatness when I see it. And I am honored to know you, to have talked to you. This interview is gonna be historic. There are other bipolar Black women who are going to come after you, Ashleigh, that are going to talk about their struggles. There are people who are not bipolar, who have bipolar family members, who are going to know, okay, this is what it's like. It has been such a pleasure to talk to you tonight. Thank you for your sacrifice and being here. I know there's been a lot on your heart, and I'm just so honored to have had some time to talk to you, man. Are there any final closing things you want to say?
Oh my gosh. This was like amazing. Thank you so much, Rumi. Thank you for the invitation to come. Thank you for the work that you do for Black authors. Thank you for your words that you share. I'm really excited to go and put some more oomph behind this book.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate this conversation. Thank you again for having me. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and I hope you all watching great evening, morning, day, whatever time you're watching this.
Right, whatever time y'all watching. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Rumi Ryan with Black Author Brand, and we'll see you soon.